2, 1. We're live, Alice.
Yay! Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
We are so sorry. We are 15 minutes late because of technical difficulties. Finally made it. Yay!
Yay. And we have our logo and our colors, and we figured all that out. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
I'm in a hotel room at the moment.
That's what
Spending
you do.
a few days down in the south of England in Weymouth with family. By the way, we're Alice and Mary, bigger than business.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're here. Yeah, I just got back from a vacation, and now Alice is on vacation. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. It's that time of year.
It's what we do. It's bigger than business because it is bigger than business. You got to take vacations. It's all about a balancing act. You know,
That's
you
right.
got you work, and then you have to, you have to make sure and take vacations every now and then. So,
Yes.
I by the way, I just went to Banff, Canada, Calgary and Banff and Lake Louise and the ice fields. If you haven't been there yet, I absolutely tell you that it's one of the must-sees. It was on my bucket list. Banff has always been on my bucket list, and now Banff in the winter is on my bucket list. So if you have not been, you have to go. It's a must-see.
The photos looked stunning. The photos that you posted on
It
Facebook
is.
looked really stunning. And I was so jealous when I saw the video of the bears because I would love to see wild bears.
Oh, it
Must have been awesome.
all of the amazing adjectives that you can think of, it just describes it. Majestic, stunning, awesome, magnificent. All
Definitely
of
on my bucket list. Definitely.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it was beautiful too. We had really good weather. It was sunny and warm and just actually, Alice, now that I think about it, what's kind of fun is the color of our the blue or the turquoise. The color, that's the same color as the rivers and the lakes there.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it happens.
It's the same color as we have in our branding, that turquoise color.
Yeah. It's called glacial flower or something like that, and it comes as a result of the rocks, the limestone rubbing together, and then it goes into the rivers and the lakes, and it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, we're talking about the energy of money today.
Yes, the energy of money.
Money does not have to be. Remember, it's not a 4-letter word. It's not a bad word. It's a 5-letter word. It's not a 4-letter word. So you don't have to worry about talking about money or even saying the word money. It's okay to talk about money because it exists. It's like saying, yeah, I'm not going to talk about my kids. It exists. It's there for us, right, Alice?
Yes, but the thing is that, over the years, you build up these thought patterns, right? And maybe you have all these negative experiences concerning money.
Mm-hmm.
And you build up these thought patterns and these beliefs that you think that become your reality.
Yeah.
And you associate certain things with money, and a lot of times there's a negative energy, negative thoughts about it. Actually, money is energy. That was a wake-up call for me the first time I heard that money is actually energy, right?
Yes. You're kind of breaking up a little bit, Alice. You're kind of breaking up a bit
too.
Am I also?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just I think there's a little bit of a delay.
It's not a very good connection.
Not a great connection, but that's okay. we'll keep rolling along because I think when they play it back, it is a good connection.
Okay, let's push through. Let's
Push on
try
through.
and push through.
See what
Yes.
happens when we push through.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so go ahead. Yeah, about the energy. When you learn the energy
Yes.
that money is energy. Yeah. What was that
It's
about or
actually
what
energy, right?
it
Because
is.
actually, when you look at money, it's just a piece of paper, right? It's
Mhm.
just a piece of paper. But
Yep.
it's what it represents, right? It's what it
Yeah.
represents. It represents everything is energy. We are energy, right? And
Mhm.
so there's an energy surrounding money. And something I was reading about recently that's fascinating is that according to neuroscience, can you hear me okay, Mary?
I can hear you. Yeah? Mhm.
Okay. According to neuroscience, apparently, we only use actually only 5% of our brain is used to make conscious thoughts. We only
Mm.
consciously use 5% of our brain, and that means the other 95%, right, is used by our subconscious. So with the other 95%, we are thinking things beyond our control,
Oh my gosh, that
thinking
is yeah.
according to the thought patterns that have
Mhm.
built up over the years. And so often those are very negative and they don't serve us, especially concerning money. So it's good to know this so that we can do something about it, right?
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, I mean, when you do think about that, gosh, 5%. I think there's a movie out there where somebody has the ability to use their whole brain, all their whole brain with different things, and it's kind of fascinating when you think about it that we really don't use all of it. There's so much left for us to, take in and use in a powerful and energetic way, right? And it's powerful.
Yes.
It really is powerful. And when I was told that by somebody too a long time ago, a good friend told me, money is just really energy. And then when you think about
Hmm.
that, it kind of takes all of the power out of it. Even though it is powerful and it's good to have money, and there's good reasons for having it, obviously, but all of those stories and the belief systems that we grow up having, or seeing or believing, kind of just melt away when you think about it that way, because it is just a piece of paper.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
this that messes everything up. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Thinking about not having
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. Because, I mean, money just affects our lives so much, doesn't it? You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
it just
Yeah.
affects our lives so much. So it's really worth taking the time to change those thought patterns and to stop having stop having that negative energy
Mhm.
concerning money and concerning, the beliefs that we have about money, and changing those.
Mhm.
So I understand that you've read a book called The
Yes.
Energy of Money, which I would love to get my hands on that book, actually.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, it's something, and I have to be honest, I have not read the whole thing, but it is The Energy of Money. Am I turning that the wrong way? It's hard to do that. By Maria Nemeth. And it is a spiritual guide to financial and personal fulfillment. So, if any of you know what Bigger Than Business and Alice and Mary are all about, we are kind of a holistic entrepreneur, you know, uh, vibe. That's kind of our message that
Yeah.
we put out, and we like to bring spirituality into everything that we do. So this is really really cool, and I'm just going to go. We'll go through the first three because Alice and I love the power of three. Right. So the first three in part one of this book. By the way, we are going to be giving this away and then another called the Money Workbook, the 30-day program for greater abundance, prosperity, and self-worth. We're going to be giving those away at the end, right, Alice? And we'll tell you how you can get
Right.
these. But in part one of this book, I thought this is really great. So it talks about this. The title of part one of the book is The Hero's Purpose. And there are 3 principles. And the first principle is your greatest power is to be willing. I mean, there's a lot of power in that statement, right? Your greatest power is to be willing. So are you willing to accept the money that the universe has in store for you, or the abundance or the prosperity that the universe has in store for you? Because
so you mean will receive, right?
Willing to believe it, or willing to accept it. So I think we talked about this on one of our podcasts, Alice, is being able to receive is just as important as being able to give, and that the reciprocity of that of the energy. I think we talked about that too, is the money flows out and the money comes in. The money flows out and the money comes in. And it's just that reciprocity, receiving and giving. And you have to be able and willing to receive it. A lot of times people they're not even willing to receive a compliment. It's difficult to receive a compliment, right? And that's where the self-worth comes into play in this book, is learning about realizing that you're worthy of abundance and prosperity, and a big, huge, fat paycheck for everything you do.
The way you said that.
You are worthy.
Yes.
Right, Alice?
Yes, it's true. And yet, I think many of us don't really believe that, or haven't allowed ourselves to believe that, because we haven't heard it. We haven't said it to ourselves, and nobody said it to us. So, it could be a little bit of a foreign concept and a difficult one to really believe. Right?
Yeah, it is. It's true. It goes back to all of that. It goes back to the belief systems that you grew up with. And I was just listening to my favorite. You know who my favorite is, Alice? Someday he's going to be on this broadcast with us.
Yes, Cardone. I know who your favorite is. Grant Cardone.
Grant
Uncle
Cardone.
G.
Uncle G. Anyway,
he loves Grant.
Yes, I do. And what I appreciate is that, he appreciates, and he came from, obviously, what so many of us learned was, there's power in saving money. A penny saved is a penny earned, and, save your pennies for a rainy day, and, all of those things. And I was just listening to his podcast prior to this, and which is fine. That's all great. But also what I really appreciated is learning how to make money. That's what, we're taught to make a living. We're taught to be able to pay our bills, or make enough to be able to pay our bills, and sometimes not, right? He also calls a job a job, just over broke.
Just over broke.
Right? So anyway, it kind of all goes back to that, whatever you learned or were raised learning, or learned somewhere else, either from your parents or someone else, another effective person in your life, you took on that belief system, and your self-worth is somehow wrapped up into the amount of money that you can make, the amount of prosperity that you can have, the amount of abundance that you can have. So that's the first one, Alice.
I just want to add here, because you mentioned this point about just be able to make money, and that is that we are living in a different age now. Okay, we are living in the digital age, and the internet has opened up incredible possibilities, so that now we can actually become wealth creators we can
Yes.
generate income, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so many people are doing that online, right? They're learning
Exactly.
some basic skills and they're doing it, right?
Mhm.
We're
Mhm.
doing it. So, that's incredible that we have opportunities now that we didn't have before. What's
Oh
number two?
yeah. The opportunities are endless. Endless. Infinite. Infinite
And
possibilities.
exciting.
And very exciting. Yes, yes. Principle number 2 is your intentions and integrity harness the energy of money. So, what are your intentions around making money? And I would have
Mm.
to say, right, what we talked about this a little bit before this broadcast was, your intentions, if they're too greedy and you don't have that energy or the reciprocation happening, right? The giving and receiving and the giving and receiving. If you just I want it all. I want to take not give back somehow. That's
Yes.
kind of a questionable intention, right?
Yes, and there seems to be this principle too, as there is with energy, with all energy, that it needs to flow,
Mhm.
right? It flows.
Exactly.
Energy flows and money needs to flow, right? It needs to flow. You need to receive it and you need to give it. Freely
Mhm.
receive, freely give, right? There's this flow and this is very healthy. It's not healthy to just want to, be a Scrooge and just store it all, hide it under your bed, whatever, keep it all to yourself.
Yeah.
That's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not healthy.
I love that, Alice. I love that because if you think, I mean, I just came from, a beautiful place, out in the wilderness and the flowing rivers. And if you think about it, everything that flows is healthy. If it's stagnant,
Yes.
if there's any stagnancy in anything, it's going to grow bacteria and algae and yucky things we don't bad algae maybe, but yucky things we don't like, right? Stagnancy is not good. We want things to flow. When things are flowing, that's healthy.
Mm, that's right.
So,
That's what life does.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
living and flowing.
Yeah, and part 2 of that second principle is integrity. And using your intentions and your integrity to harness the energy of money. So integrity,
Mm.
wow, that's a big one. That took me a lot. That took me a long time to learn, because I didn't have a lot of integrity around money, and it's something that I still even work on. You know, I used to take medical bills. I remember, and I used to stuff them away and not pay them. I used to think, oh yeah, I'll pay that later. I'll pay that later, or that bill, I'll pay that later. And really, that's part of the integrity around it because that's part of the flow. Leaving those
Yes.
leaving those things piled up and piled up and piled up. Not only is that stagnant energy just sitting there, bad stagnant energy, but it's also you're not having integrity around it because you received something
Yes.
and you need to give something back, in return for that
Right.
service. So
Right.
that's, yeah, integrity is a big thing, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
And what is number three? I'm very curious now to find out what number three is.
I should leave you hanging. What's number
No, don't leave me hanging. Come
3?
on,
um,
tell me.
Goals focus your money energy. So having a goal. I mean, we talked about this when we talked about productivity. Having a goal, even saying, okay, and even making this into an affirmation, making your goal into an affirmation. By August 15th
Yes.
of 2017, I will be making $8,000 a month. Whatever it is. I'm just, I'm making it up. But having a goal, the universe hears that and then it responds. It doesn't mean that
Yes.
you're not supposed to take action, because you always need to you follow your action,
Oh,
your
of
affirmation
course.
with an action, right? Otherwise, we'd all be
Yes.
rich, right?
That's right. I mean, of course, you create your goal, and
Yeah.
then you take the necessary steps
Mhm.
towards that goal, right?
Right.
That just it makes sense. And it's so practical. It's so
Yeah.
practical because you're doing something about it, right? And I want to share this awesome quote I came across. It's by Robert Downey Jr. And it's worrying is like praying for what you don't want. So
I
if you
love
put
that
that in the
quote.
context, if you put that in the context of money, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
How many people worry about money, right?
Yep.
And what that is actually doing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because if you believe in the law of attraction, and the fact is now that there's just so much evidence to show that thoughts become things, and you
Mhm.
really do manifest your reality by what's going on up here, and what you're thinking, what you're feeling, right? um, so I mean, having goals is just it's such a practical way to counteract that worry, right? You don't want to be worrying and praying for something that you don't want, right?
Yeah,
You
no.
want to
No
be doing
thanks.
something about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's very true.
outwardly and inwardly,
Mhm.
actually, it begins inwardly, right? Here and here.
Yeah, yeah. And I would also say too, I saw I s- where did I see that quote? I saw another quote too. Um, I'll think of it. But anyway, I was going to say how important it is to have gratitude for the things. Oh, it
Yes.
was you. You posted something, Alice. You posted something. I can't remember, but that was so perfect. You posted something, and it basically had to say was, be happy with what you have, or something, Be you
Yes,
remember what I'm talking about? You posted it on
I
Facebook.
do, I do. We'll put it down in the comments. I can't remember it
Yeah,
off the top of my head, but it was something about being grateful for what you have, and that makes it what you have enough when you're thankful for it.
it does.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes, it makes
See
what
if
you
I can
have.
find that.
Yeah, having gratitude. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the energy, right? That's all part of the energy, is having gratitude, um and again, that brings in the whole giving and receiving, keeping the flow going, and not having any stagnancy. So
Right.
so we're going to wrap it up for the day, because I think we've been on for about half an hour now, Alice. But
Yes.
but I did want to keep doing whatever you're doing there, Alice, and find that if you need to. But I wanted to say, we want to say that we are going to be giving this book away. Okay. And the way that you can get this book is you can email us in at mailbox@aliceandmary.com. That's mailbox@aliceandmary.com, and we'll put that in the comments as well, or in the title, or
Yes.
in the um, script above. And just check this out. You can again email us in at mailbox@aliceandmary.com, and we will give this book away as well as the money workbook. So also, I thought as we were doing this, Alice, that it would be fun to do at the end of each of our BTB lives. We could ask a question of people and have them put it in the comments and start a kind of a dialogue about certain things. And one of the things I just thought of was, what is success? What does success mean to you? I would really,
That's a
really
great
be
question.
I would really be curious to know what success means to people, because success, obviously that's a very subjective term. Being successful to
Hmm.
some people could be, I make, six figures every month, or I'm a millionaire, or I have three amazing, beautiful, healthy kids, or, whatever it is. Tell us in the comments, what is success to you? I'd love to know that.
Yes, and in the meantime, I found the quote you were talking
Good.
about, and the quote is, "Gratitude turns what we have into enough."
I mean, we say no more, right, Alice? We could just end it on that one.
That's right. That's a great note to end it on.
Definitely. Well, thanks for being here with us. I see maybe one person came on. I'm not sure about the connection, but we'll figure that one out later. And
Yeah, sorry
thanks
about
to
all the
all.
technical difficulties.
Yes, yes, we'll figure this out. But when you're on vacation, when in Rome, you got to do what you got to do. That's just it. I
That's
told
right.
Alice
Yeah.
if I could have done a Be Live with mountains and the lake in the background, the emerald blue
That would
lake
have
in the
been.
background, I would have done it in a
Mm,
heartbeat. But I was having fun exploring. So thanks for being with us today, everybody. Those who joined us live, and to all our replay viewers
yes.
too. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
And
Thank you. We'll be back soon.
yes, oh yes, and Alice, I was going to ask you, will we have a money meditation for them?
Yes, we will, but it'll
Um,
probably be next week after I get home.
Understandable. That's okay. Let's give people some
Yes,
time to email us in. And
certainly.
again,
Yes.
it's mailbox@AliceandMary.com. If you would like the energy of money, just put energy in the subject. If you would like the money workbook, put workbook in the subject. Okay? Let us know. We'll
Don't
get
be
in touch.
greedy. Just pick one.
Yeah, don't be greedy, just pick one. That's right, Alice. And then take whatever you learn from reading this book and pay it forward, right? Do
Yes.
something. All right. Love and blessings to everybody. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back soon.
Yes, we will. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.